That's the Goo Goo Dolls and their latest single, Beautiful Lie. The Buffalo-based band will be sharing the stage with Matchbox 20 when they tour New Zealand. We found Robby Takac in Adelaide, where he fills us in on how his 2024 is coming along.
Good. A lot busier than we had anticipated, quite honestly.
What have you been busy doing?
Well, it's just an awful lot of stuff coming up. We planned on having a slow year this year. We did. We worked so hard after the pandemic because we didn't know if we were ever going to be able to play again. So we did as many shows as we could.
Yep.
So we were going to kind of take it a little easy this year, but at this point, it looks like we have about 4 weeks without shows between now and October. So
that's not too bad.
So we're pretty busy.
And does it feel good? Are you excited about that? It must be nice to be wanted.
Yeah, that's something, I guess. No, I feel great about it. Like, it's a little different. Usually we go out, we blast out 30 shows, and then we go home for a couple months and then we do it again and do that kind of thing. This year, the way it came together, it's like 2 shows and then 4 days off and a show and 5 days off and that kind of thing. So it's going to be a little bit different of a year this year, but we're hoping to be able to pull a record together in that time too, because we got a big summer that we're not quite ready to announce yet in the States, but lots of stuff going on, like I said.
And speaking of new music, you got a new single out, Beautiful Lie, right? That just came out earlier this month, just on Groundhog Day, I think.
Yeah. That's my dad's birthday too.
Oh, that's great.
You're such a beautiful lie. You're such a beautiful lie. Know the pain and shame, it's hard enough to deny. Can't erase the stain you left in place of my life. And you're such a beautiful lie. You're such a beautiful lie.
Yeah. That was just a little one-off thing. Producer friend of ours sent an idea over, and so it was kind of all done remotely, quite honestly. Between his studio and stuff. But felt like something fun to put out. We're not actually doing it in the show. We have 60 minutes on this Matchbox tour, and for a band that's been around for 40 years, it's tough to put a 60-minute thing together. So our ability to kind of play songs that are just fun for us to play is
So
muted.
As far as band members, it's pretty much just you and John, right?
Yeah, since '86. Yeah.
Right. It seems to work.
Yeah. There's been a couple drummers in and out, but for the most part, it's been he and I just trying to figure out how to get to the next morning.
Gotcha. And so, what is the decision-making process like between the two of you? What do you have to have a similar vision for the band, or are you just trying to make music and work as much as you can?
I think we just get to the next thing, whatever that is, whatever magic and math, gets us there, kind of dictates that, and there's things that are important for me to see happen within this. There's things that are important to John to see happen in this, and John's voice is a little bigger in this whole thing, of course, so eventually we pull it together. It's it's been a dance, but we've learned how to do it after all these years. So.
And are you still running a record company on the side? Was it Good Caramel?
Good Caramel, yeah, Good
Caramel.
Caramel, yeah. That's we put out a Shonen Knife record about a year ago. I think it's the 10th, 12th thing we put out by them, actually, over the years. A couple other Japanese bands. They're all bands from Japan. That I have met over the years. My wife's from Tokyo, so
I see.
We spent an awful lot of time over there, and became friends with Shonen Knife. And I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I am. They're coming here in March as well.
Yeah, we're actually going to be in Melbourne the same day. I'm hoping to be able to have lunch with them or something.
No, they've done a few shows here. We've caught them several times. Always good fun.
So as a record company, how involved are you in that? Are you just basically putting the stuff out, or do you work more creatively with them?
Well, it's my wife and I, that run the label. We have a publicist and a booking agent and all that kind of stuff that kind of work with us. But yeah, I've produced a couple Shonen Knife records. I've produced a couple things by a band that was on our label called Pinky Doodle Poodle, and
Right.
and a band called the Molise, which we're actually releasing a song to benefit the Noto earthquake relief efforts in March 1st, I believe. So I do produce some stuff for them, but I'm pretty busy running around, and I have a recording studio in Buffalo and a not-for-profit there too. So I got a lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And you watch the Super Bowl?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, man.
I know the Bills weren't there, so
Well, being from Buffalo, I'm sure. I don't know if the New Zealand audience understands the plight of the Buffalo Bills,
I don't.
but
They're still confused about buffalo wings.
Yeah, well, we made it to the big game, the championship game, 4 years in a row, and lost every year. That was maybe 10 years ago.
Yep.
And so it always that whole sports thing takes up a curious place in my psyche, quite honestly.
Yeah, right. I can imagine. Yeah, it's tough. Was that the Jim Kelly years when they were?
Yeah.
No.
That was an exciting time there, man.
Oh well, I'm sure it'll come again. There's always hope. And what about the Grammys? Do you watch those?
Nah, I've never been much for that kind of thing, quite honestly. We were fortunate enough to be nominated, a few times. So, we 5 times actually, I think.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so we had attended a few times and such, but nah, my bubble doesn't really include much of that stuff.
Fair
honestly.
enough.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your time when you're not Goo Goo Dolling?
Well, like I said, I got a music based not for profit in Western New York that I run called Music is Art. Yeah, and we do a big festival every year for the town, and run programming throughout the year. And like you mentioned, Good Caramel Records, and I got 5 recording studio rooms in Buffalo and 2 different facilities that we've been working with a long time. We did some of our earliest Goo Goo Doll records in those studios, and so we managed to maintain them for the community to use and stuff. So, and I got a 12-year-old daughter too.
Oh, there you go. That'll keep you busy.
Yeah. So I'm busy.
And what's the scene like? The music scene like in Buffalo these days?
It's pretty good, man. I mean, it's I don't know if the nightclub concert scene is necessarily what it was when we were younger.
Right.
I think it takes up a different place in people's free time. But there's owning a studio there. We see a lot of the bands that come through, and there's really been a lot of great stuff coming through Buffalo. Hardcore band just did a Revelation Records release from Buffalo. Which is a pretty big thing. Every Time I Die, was a Buffalo entity. Cute Is What We Aim For was from Buffalo. Ani DeFranco, of course.
Of course. Oh, that's
right. Yeah. I mean, it goes on and on. Jamestown had 10,000 Maniacs and such. So there's been a rich history.
Yep.
And of course, I don't know if you know much about hip hop, but the Griselda Records gang is there. Conway the Machine and West Side Gun and and Benny the Butcher and those guys, and they really have started quite a wave of hip hop in Buffalo.
Oh, cool.
Too. So so you're really seeing an awful lot of that type of stuff, rising up. A lot of the kids seeing, guys from the neighborhood doing well, and really going out there and giving it a shot. It's fun.
Oh, that's good. Sounds healthy over there.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. And do you guys have any kind of a special relationship with Matchbox 20, who you're opening for down here? Do you got
we toured with them years ago. We did a 40 city tour of the United States with them, maybe 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe. And it was great. It was awesome.
Yep.
when you pair these bands up, it's pretty amazing the venues you can put us in, you know, because you know, by the end of the night, you've experienced a pretty significant selection of songs
Yep, that's for sure.
from from that 90s era of music, and you know, both of these bands have managed to hang on, you know, when most haven't. So you know, it's it's pretty special pairing, I think.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. And I mean, everything has the 90s are the thing these days. It's suddenly become cool again. So
good, because I still have all the same clothes. So.
Just get out that drawer of old t-shirts and off you go. Mine are from the 70s.
Those don't fit me anymore.
Oh man. Anyway, well, great. So we're looking forward to having you down here. Have fun in Australia. Sounds like
awesome. I appreciate that.
You're gonna have a good time, and yeah, thanks for spending time talking to me.
All right, man. You take it easy. Good to see you.
Righto. Bye bye.